Hello and welcome back to Nea Nihon. I'm Nea and we are playing Beholder 2, where we have just finished doing our first 5 forms of the Patriot Terminal. I think we could do another 5 and see if we can actually master this. Let's do a few more. Oh, hang on. Let's do a few more. Alright. I came to complain about the management of... So this is a complaint, a denunciation. Our equipment is always breaking down and nobody ever considers lowering production quotas while it's being repaired. Are we expected to pour molten metal by hand? Well, that's probably fair. All they kept saying is they don't set the quotas and can't change them. Something must be done. So this is our... Guilty party is generally a collective or institution, not an individual. Okay, so this is a complaint. Right, and this is the science and technology. Let's chuck them in from Monday to Friday. I'm really bad at this. Alright. Please add me to the list of candidates eligible to receive the science grant. I've invented a new type of tank that can be used for farming during peacetime. I call it the Tankter. Well, just that name alone, you should probably get this grant. It's a request from the Labour Division. No, the Science Division. Oh, they nearly had me. Nice. Alright, I'm getting better. Haha, this is good. What? Oh, hello. Yesterday, the newspaper published some pictures of the most wanted terrorists, and one of them looks exactly like me! My wife kicked me out, my parents have disowned me, and everyone is out to get me. It's a miracle I made it here at all, but I've done nothing wrong. Give me a letter verifying that I'm not a terrorist. Ooh, what? Do you have a mole on your left buttock? What? Nothing? Sorry. Oh. Oh, what's this one gonna be? I guess it's a request for the order department. Let's chuck them in that day. Yes! Yeah! That's good! Oh, it feels good when you get it right. That's cool. Alright. Hello. My neighbor Rosa Dirk is illegally selling perfume that her husband confiscates from smugglers at the border. They call it custom seized property sale, but where do the proceeds go? Into their pockets, that's where. This is complete fraud. I read about it in the bulletin from the Ministry of Order. Arrest those criminals. Alright, it's a denunciation. No. Guilty party is generally collective. I think it's a denunciation. Of order? To the order. Yes! Oh, oh yeah. Oh, it feels good putting people away. Or, you know, helping them too. Hello. The women's gymnastics coach, Anne Bolthaway, hung up a portrait of the South Borean world champion in the gym to encourage the girls to follow her example. Positive role models are a good thing, aren't they? I disagree completely. The girls are warming up, stretching out and bending over in front of the portrait all day long. Is that what we fought for? For our youth to bow down to the South Boreans? Bolthaway must be isolated from society. She's corrupting our children. Alright. Denunciation of patriotism, I'm guessing. We got that wrong. Alright, how do I... Ah, here we go. Back. Amazing. Alright, what's up next, Georgie boy? You just sat there for 4 hours waiting for me. Incredible. Oh, what a lovely day. Report back. I fulfilled the quota. What's next? Great. Keep it up. Great, keep it up. Actually, I have nothing more to tell you. Oh, I forgot his voice. I have nothing more to tell you about your job. You're on your own now. Get settled in, meet your co-workers and earn authority. If you roll up your sleeves and work hard 8 hours a day, sooner or later you'll be promoted to manager and get to work 12 hours a day. Isn't that exciting thought? I'll keep that in mind. Thanks, George. I'll make a note in the journal that you've already had your briefing. All the necessary documents are over there. Take them to Magda Rakovic, the boss's secretary. I'll wait for you by the statue. We still have a lot more to talk about. Alright, I'll talk to you then. Oh, Oh, here we go. Cart with papers. Okay. Here we go. This way. A work phone. Can't use it. Alright. Let's check all these cards now. I'm very excited. Well, can't do a whole lot right now. Oh. That's a hell of a bust. It's a bust. Or a busk? No, it's a bust. Alright. So, give Madka Rokovich the documents. Hello, kind-looking lady. What do you want? Hello. That's not a very respectful way to address an older woman now, is it? Sorry. Now what? Give her the documents. Hemnitz asked me to give these documents. You didn't look inside, I hope. I'm not interested. I didn't ask if you were interested. Reading sealed papers like these when you don't have top secret clearance can cost you your freedom for your life. I don't know why I'm laughing. Do I make myself clear? Perfectly, but I prefer not to stick my nose in other people's business. I don't care where you stick any of your extremities. Rules, regulations, and instructions. That must be observed if you want to stay in the ministry for more than a day. If you make mistakes, nothing will save you, not even your name. What's wrong with my name? You still here? Don't try my patience. Right, that's... Miss Magda is going to be a hard nut to crack, but I like her attitude. Comrade Ferguson is on a business trip. He won't be here for a while. Okay. It's going to be hard to remember all these voices. They're just going to swap throughout episodes. Alright. Oh, so shift is... Oh, I could have been walking. Okay. That's my workplace. I don't want to go back there yet. I know I gotta talk to Hemnitz outside. Can I talk to old Serena again? She's great. Do you know where I can buy some useful things? I do, but I don't think I can trust you with that information. Fair. I don't even know you either, Serena. A vending machine. Don't go near the vending machine with a hint. That's probably so she makes more money from people buying food from her. Well played. Well played. Alright, now we're outside. Let's go find Georgie. No, wait, are we outside yet? No. Still in the midst of it. Potted plant. Okay. Bust of leader. Amazing. I just got one authority for that. But some of those requests were like 200, 500 authority. That's crazy. Hello. Beep beep. Lost and found? Nothing there. Can I talk to... No, I can't. Nothing I can do here. Let's move on. Alright, now we're outside at the leader's feet. So around here somewhere. There he is. I love the salute. How do I get over there? Ah, here he is. Georgie boy. What a lovely day. What did you want to talk about? It's about your father. It's about your father, Evan. What happened to him was just awful. There's something I have to tell you. Go on. At most 20 people in the whole country know what I'm about to tell you. I'm taking a huge risk by divulging these details to you. So I have to ask you, don't say a word to anyone, okay? Alright, let's hear it. As you know, I was appointed to the position of floor inspector several years ago, but at the same time I enlisted to work in Department 6. Department 6? That's a myth. No sane person actually believes it. That's the greatest trick the devil ever pulled, was convincing the world it didn't exist, eh? Department 6 is considered to be a myth, because that's how the person in charge wanted it. What am I doing? More precisely, that's how your father wanted it. My father was the head of Department 6? What went on there? Work on Heimdall. It's a secret project helmed by your father. Began at that time. That's how we met. I've always been good with numbers, so I was invited on board to assess statistical errors and their potential consequences. He didn't talk much about himself, but mentioned having a son a few times. And his eyes lit up every time he did. He was proud of you, believe me. Thanks, pups. What else did my father say about me? We didn't keep in contact for 10 years. He did mention that he was no longer in touch with you, but he was always hoped that someday you'd come and join him. Why do you think so? He wrote a letter for a few days before his death. He seemed he knew what was going to happen to him. A letter? Do you have it with you? No, or keep it at home. I didn't expect you to turn up so soon. I'll give it to you tomorrow and tell you everything I know. I'm gonna call it now. Georgie boy here. He did. And that letter is gonna be gone. There's also a budget. I don't know what's inside, but it must be something valuable. Thank you, George. I don't know how to thank you. Don't even mention it. Ask about the project. Pardon me. What was this Heimdall project? Not here, not now. It's too dangerous. We have to find a quiet place and the right time. How about tomorrow? I'll tell you everything, and you can decide what to do with the information. Thanks for telling me about my father, Georgie boy. You have to type to talk. See you tomorrow. Alright, let's go this way. Oh, this is exciting. Oh, am I home? So, there is a Beholder 1, and I never played that, but it was much more like this. You're a spy trying to spy on families and reporting them to the state. Nice and creepy. Alright, let's look. Oh, that's not Georgie boy. It's good to see you, Evan. Do you remember me? No, I don't remember you. I'm an old friend of your father's, Evan. He and I were friends and we worked side by side for many years. I visited your home often, don't you remember? Your mother used to make fantastic rhubarb pies. She passed away a long time ago. I know. I went to her funeral and to your father's. Why didn't you tell me? I didn't get a chance to say my goodbyes. Well, I'm afraid your father's death is a complicated matter, and someone at the top wanted to sweep it under the rug as quickly as possible. That's why I came to you. We need to talk about your work. How's your first day going? Everything's moving very quickly. Just a week ago, I was planning to visit my father and introduce him to my family. In the end, I didn't even make it to his funeral. I understand, Evan. Did you ever patch things up? No, we never got the chance. Oh, I'm sorry. If I'd known that things were that bad, I would have arranged a transfer here much sooner. So you're the one who got me assigned to the ministry? I am indeed. And by now, you might have guessed that it wasn't down to your good looks and winning smile. I thought it was exactly that. Did you come here alone? Where's your family? Everything's okay. They're in Miriam's parents in Reading at the moment. Reading? There's hardly anything that's there apart from coal mines and some pretty unpleasant miner types. Not the best place for a woman and a child. I realise that. I have to get to my new apartment ready for them as soon as possible. Okay, I'm ready to answer your questions. What happened to Pup Top? Pup Top? Pup Top? Pup. And why is he dead? Not much. The floor bosses were involved in some way. I've lost his voice. That's all I know, and I can't conduct a full investigation. Why not? Investigations are what you do. Your division did. Evan, the only insider I had in the ministry was your father. Clearly, you discovered something very important and got taken out for it. All the evidence disappears if we walk into the front door, meaning that my investigation into the ministry and your investigation into your father's death are one and the same. So here's where things start to split. Here's where things start to split, right? I can offer help, or I can criticize him. What I'm going to do, I'm going to play the long game. I'm going to say I'm going to help him. And if things kind of start going south for me, I'm going to hand him over. I want to help you. Happy to hear it. Find some dirt on those bastards in the ministry and find out who's responsible for your father's death. I'll make sure they get punishment they deserve. Where should I begin? I'm no detective. Your main task is to listen to what people say, make a note of everything, and ask the right questions. Learn about the job and about your colleagues. It's not as tough. It's not as though you have anywhere else to be. So, become one of the team and find out what they're all interested in. Everyone's watching TV shows these days, so you should start watching them too. You and your new friends need something to talk about. By the way, I left a book in your bookcase. There's some general information about the terminal interface in there, as well as some descriptions of several ways to crack simple passwords. Hacking Patriot terminals. Very good. You talk about Chemnitz. George Chemnitz. He told me a lot about my father. Apparently they were close friends. I know the name, yes. They worked together. Did Chemnitz tell you anything important? Oh, see, now this guy... He could be bluffing me. Tell him nothing. Nothing particularly important. He just talked about how much everyone respected my father, that kind of thing. Tell me about the apartment. A typical mid-level ministerial apartment. I sorted it out for you. Do I own this apartment? No, Evan. You can live there as long as you work for the ministry. You still have to pay the bills, otherwise you'd be sleeping on the streets. And an undercover agent for the IID, you're going to have to play by the rules to avoid unwanted attention. I'll pay your bills today, but from tomorrow on, you'll have to take care of them yourself. The Ministry of Housing is extremely strict, as you know. Even a minor debt will get you arrested. One has to show due respect for the labour, communal property, and all that stuff. Plus, there are 603 people waiting in line for this apartment, I checked. Jeez. What about my Pop-Pop's property? It's been seized. God damn. And the apartment we lived in back when my mother's was still alive. I'm afraid some new tenants have already moved in. I'm sorry. Vultures. Bloody vultures. Alright. End conversation. Is this not my place? Is this not Chemnitz's? Oh, so this is my apartment. Okay. So I go to the TV. The Walking Boreans. Active young people, ministry employees, romantic girls. I gotta buy the TV shows. Okay. The Passion of the Leader. Oh god. What do I want? Active young people. So I don't think this would be worth it. I can't. Let's just watch the Walking Boreans. Okay. Sounds like meant to be The Walking Dead, I assume. Let's, what's in this room? Bookcase. Let's read about hacking. Oh, great. This is exciting. New skill! Hacking Patriots. Yes. 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 Okay, cool. We've got a little bit of time left. Maybe I watch another TV show? Or, my desk. What can I do there? What's this? Oh, so these are the bills. Okay. Interesting. I can make a phone call? Moshi Mosh? Oh. Nothing, okay. I guess, just because I've got, like, 2 hours spare, let's watch a bit more TV. Get, like, real in there. Let's watch The Passion of the Leader. I've got, like, 100 monies left. We'll just do it. Why not? There you go. Got lots of skills now about these TV shows. I reckon that'll be really useful. Alright, let's go to bed and let's end the episode there. It's now the 1985. Wow. Amazing. Thank you very much for watching once again. If you liked it, please hit that like button, give it a subscribe, and I will see you next episode. Wow, that was really good, professional. Thank you very much. Goodbye.